months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Nice hook. Look at that left uppercut. Nice counter shot. A perfect counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Just missed with that hook. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. At this point, you got... And there's the bell for round two. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Beautiful counter shot. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter punch. Nope, that hook won't score. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That counter shot lands. The courage on display here is incredible. How about that time counter shot? One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty... On to the third. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Johnny, I love watching these lighter fighters just based on the hand speed and the foot movement. So impressive to watch. hook won't score. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Well done with that counter shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. A perfect counter lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. That bell could not have... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Nice counter. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Just avoids the left uppercut. Catch and shoot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. What would you tell this guy he's got to do? And there's the bell for round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. Here we go with these two lightning quick lightweights.
Power, that power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Nice job blocking the hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
And down goes Regis Prograis. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
A shot from the guns took him out.
One, two, three, four. You still want to fight?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight...
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a... Here's the bell to start round 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Couldn't land that jab. He misses with that straight left. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Misses with the jab. Which one of these athletes is going to say I can't take it in? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. You know that belt. Here comes round 7. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That counter punch caught him clean. Misses with the straight left. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Only catching air with that hook. Didn't land that jab. And Prograis cannot take any more. Down he goes. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2,
talk about Regis Prograis in that last round. What a huge moment. And there's the bell for round 8. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting every...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And Prograis can't make it up. This one's over. A knockout. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Listen to me. Are you okay? You're out of here.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.